Welcome to the Digital Marketing News. I'm Tiffani Allen.
And with your first story this week, I am Joshua Nite.
Correct.
Hey, I want to talk about something that we don't often talk about. We kind of don't like to talk about it.
Oh no.
It's a secret to everyone, kind of an open secret, an elephant in a room. Instagram's web interface kind of sucks.
Oh, I was really nervous about what secrets we were talking about.
No, not the deep family secrets that we strive to bury on a daily basis. No, but yeah, Instagram's browser experience, not the best. You can tell that they're a mobile-first app. That's the way that they've been pushing users forever. However, it seems like users have been pushing back. They want a little more functionality on their browser experience, and they're about to get it. So Instagram is now rolling out very slowly the ability to do direct messaging from your browser.
Oh.
So if you're sitting at your desktop, maybe you're at work. I would never be on social media at work, but some of you might. You can create new groups, you can start chats, and you can look at people's profiles from your regular browser instead of having to pull out your phone and be very conspicuous about what you're doing.
Right.
I think, though, this is important for marketers because Mark Zuckerberg has said that private messaging and groups and stories are their fastest growing forms of communication, and he's looking to amplify that experience for people. So he has hinted that the goal may be to have WhatsApp and Facebook and Instagram users all able to message each other. So if you're not thinking about dark social, now is the time to think about it.
You should.
I'm going to say it again, dark social.
It's his favorite. Speaking of Instagram.
And we were.
Did you know that 75.9% of micro-influencers say it's their platform of choice?
But what, pray tell, is a micro-influencer, and what do we know about them?
Well, according to a micro-influencer trends report from Social Publi, a survey of over 2,000, almost 3,000 micro-influencers.
2,667.
That's the exact number.
Yeah, we got to be precise about it. 2,666, you would say, nah.
No, exactly. That extra, that just little extra is so important. So these folks have less than 10,000 followers. Okay. So keep in mind, 75.9%, right? Love Instagram. The second most popular is Twitter at 9.5%.
That's a bit of a drop. Kind of a cliff.
A drop there, exactly. And third, of course, is 8.5 with Facebook. So 8.5% like Facebook. YouTube is next after that at 3.9%. So the greatest opportunity for these micro-influencers is on Instagram, according to the survey. We also believe in micro-influencers for B2B because they tend to be more topically relevant and they have a little bit more credibility within a specific B2B audience. So again, something for B2B brands to think about when they're engaging in influencer marketing is how do you get on those Instagram stories that are so popular with the kids and the business people?
And also think about something that wouldn't have been covered in a more B2B or B2C centric report, but LinkedIn is a place where you will find lots of micro-influencers who are highly, highly relevant about your topic. So that's something that we look into. And they are also hashtag clients. So keeping it real. But speaking of getting in front of an audience, our segues are on point today. But I have a little bit of news about U.S. ad and marketing spending. Short version, it's going up. It's going to rise to almost $390 billion in 2020. That's a 7.2% increase over last year. There are a couple of factors in just popular culture that are contributing to that. We got a Summer Olympics coming up. There's some kind of election in the U.S. happening later this year that it will probably lead people to spend some money advertising, maybe a little bit. But advertising is going up, even accounting for those. So online advertising is the biggest grower. It's going to grow across all categories, including digital audio and podcasts for the first time. It's going to get over 10% increase, 15% for podcasting and digital audio. I may have talked about that briefly in the past. Possibly.
Maybe.
We'll have to look at the archives. But the two big losers for ad spending, sadly, are our old friends, terrestrial radio.
Right, of course.
Radio not conducted by extraterrestrials, and print media, going to see nearly 10% decreases. So if you're a marketer and you're doing digital marketing, keep digital marketing like you do.
Digital marketing wise.
Digital marketing.
Speaking of digital marketing.
We were.
And Schema, which we weren't. No, sadly we weren't. Google announced that after April 6th of 2020, just 21 days before my birthday, I'll have you know.
Mark your calendars.
Yes, it will no longer support data vocabulary markup in favor of what we know as schema markup. Okay, so they're focusing on the development of schema markup due to the increasing usage and popularity. It's easier to use. There's great ways to test it. All of these items. which are super relevant to everyone. So Google will be alerting you via Search Console if you're using this outdated markup, so you have an opportunity to fix it, but it will start triggering an error after April 6th. So either way, you're going to know something is going wrong. So update to schema. Get rid of the old stuff. Make sure your user experience is good, and don't get all those scary errors from Search Console, which are always very dramatic, but fair.
Yes. And also errors that could appear to the people on your page. So that's no good. If you've seen the two languages side by side, they're really, really similar. So I'm glad they're doing the announcement. Otherwise, you might not even know that that's what they're in. So keep an eye on your Search Console for those things, those items. Speaking of items, the possible segue, I, like many people, like to download apps on my phone.
Yes.
I feel like that's a fairly universal experience. We have some reporting on the most downloaded apps of 2019.
I'm ready.
So on the very top of this list, it's very good news for Facebook. They have 4 of the top 5 most downloaded this year. That's WhatsApp at number 1. So as I was saying, dark social.
Oh boy.
Sorry. I'm dark. What can I say? And Messenger is at 3, Facebook Messenger. Facebook itself is only at number 4.
Oh.
But then Instagram is under Facebook at number 5.
Maybe everyone already has them.
They might already have Instas. Guess what's at 2 though?
What?
TikTok.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
TikTok's new to the charts. Number 2 for both Android and iOS. It is number 1 on the iOS App Store this year. So kind of new guy on the block, but getting a lot of attention.
Right.
I'm struggling to understand it, but as marketers, we're definitely going to have to pay a little more attention to it. What I thought was interesting, though, is there are 2 apps I hadn't heard of at number 6 and 7.
Yeah.
There's Likey, like with an extra E.
Got it.
And Share It, like capital Share and the little it.
Spooky.
Yeah, number 6 and 7. But it turns out these are apps that people are using to make content for Instagram and Snapchat.
Okay.
So there's like an ecosystem being built up around looking good on these apps. So collections of filters and ways to edit content. So I thought that was kind of fascinating too.
Yeah, I agree. There are some Google-specific apps that are also very popular, with the caveat that Google's apps are always kind of, already installed on Android phones, so this data might be a little bit skewed, meaning maybe Google's the most popular app, but we just don't know about it.
Right. That would be classic Google, wouldn't it?
Of course. So YouTube's number 8, which, of course, everyone uses the YouTube, especially you folks watching right now.
YouTubers.
But it is number 2 for iOS downloads. So again, if it comes pre-installed. Exactly. Snapchat is down at number 9.
That is surprising.
It is surprising.
That's a little low.
You never know. And Twitter's at number 20.
Poor Twitter.
Yeah, but its engagement stats are rising, so maybe it's making a comeback in time for November.
And then they'll say, don't call it a hashtag comeback, right?
Been here for years. Oh, we can get LL in on this. I'm ready. Okay, let's do it.
LL Cool J, not a micro-influencer, but if we can get him, we'll let you know.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the digital marketing news we have for you this week. We'll be back next week with more news. If you need more in the meantime, you can follow me on Twitter at Tiffani_Allen or TopRank at TopRank.
Yep, and you can find me on Twitter at Nitewrites. That's Nitewrites. And please do subscribe to the blog and to our YouTube channel, and keep an eye out for all the cool stuff coming your way in 2020.
See you later.
Bye.